What's up, family? Welcome back. And let's get into this haircut. Here we go, starting off with my soft trimmer, then a hard trimmer just to finish up the guideline. Then we have the blade open, just going up about a half inch, about a finger to 2 fingers, depending on the shape of the head. You always want to base the fade or the taper on the shape of your client's head and off the occipital bone and where it lays. So there we go. You see me closing my lever slowly, just working out that bottom line. Let's get it. Working out that bottom line really isn't as hard as you guys make it seem. You just have to follow a system and stick to it. See me constantly closing my lever and going lower and lower, basically fading down and getting that bottom line to it's like gone. You won't even see that if you fade down. Now here I go with my 1.5 on my babyless. Basically just debulking. And I like to go down sometimes, downward with the grain, just to save the density of the hair sometimes. In different spots. Now here we go with the one guard all the way open, which is a 1.5 still, and we're going to fade down all the way into the one, slowly closing the lever. And what I like to do is I just kind of like to look for dark spots and basically just set lines within the haircut, like inside my head. And I kind of know like how far I went with each notch on the lever. And remember to brush as you fade. That way you can see what hair you've knocked off or the way that the hair is growing, all that. And right now what you see me doing was I was just kind of like point cutting with the blade of the side of the blade just to get kind of higher without taking the fade too high or the taper too high in the back. And then you see me with my razor comb. This is a major technique. It's gonna get them lines out for you guys. And here we go on my soft trimmer, making the first guideline. This is gonna be a high taper for you guys. At least that's what we call it in my city. Shout out Milwaukee. Then you see me just kind of fading that line out a little bit, dragging the corner of the blade just to make sure it's a little bit uneven. That way, when I go in with my half guard or the blade all the way open, it's like super easy to get out. It's just like another technique that I use. Now here you see me going with my blade all the way open, and you're gonna see me slowly closing it. And also another thing I like to do is I kind of like to freehand with the blade open. It's kind of hard to describe, but basically as if you were shaping the fro from just the taper. You could actually do the whole taper that way if you wanted to, depending on the client's hair density, texture, all that. Now you see me going with my 1.5 guard, basically just debulking and then going down with the grain again just to preserve that darkness and that density in there. Especially if your client has I call it light hair that you cut it with a 3 or a 4 and it looks like a 1. My real barbers know exactly what I'm talking about. Going with the grain definitely preserves density. Which is kind of shaping it with the 1.5 as well, even though I'm going to go back and reshape it with the blade all the way closed anyway. Let's get it. Now you see me with my one guard, basically taking that bulk and getting rid of that middle line, basically. And I'm basically just fading down. I like to fade down because when you fade up, you have the risk of leaving a line. I mean, you can always get a line out if you know how to do it, but fading down is like almost a guarantee that you won't see that line. Now here I go, still fading down, brushing as I go, and I'm gonna hit it with the razor comb. I like to hit it with the razor comb before I go in with the zero, which you see me doing right now with a zero all the way open. Still like to kind of point cut, not to raise the fade up too high, just to hit and target certain spots within the haircut. Because you never want to take the fade up too high. And another tip you could do is go back with your blade all the way open, with the guard all the way open. I mean, the lever all the way open, whatever you guys call it. And then just kind of point cut like that. And then also another major tip is I zoomed in and slowed it down for you guys, is to go in with your shears and just kind of do the same thing, point cut where you see like the most heaviest weight. And this is a major tip for you guys that's cutting like wavers and it's hard to get that wave out of there, or like you don't want to mess that wave up by taking too much. Even going in with thinner shears like I'm doing right now is like a major key to getting those lines out. Especially like if you're having a really tough time with your clipper, your trimmer, just to get those lines out, going with your shears or thinner shears and a comb, or sometimes you don't need a comb, or even just a razor comb, and then get that line out. And my apologies, for some reason my camera, it didn't catch the beginning of this side of the haircut, but the same steps were applied. And right now you guys saw me with my soft trimmer, just basically getting that line out, even more detail in it, and going back in with my shears just to thin out that line, that bottom line and the middle line in between the haircut. Brushing as I go, just making sure all the hair is off and it's looking clean. Let's get it. There we go with the razor comb. Basically, all I'm really doing is just detailing. It's all about the details. Like, that's what your client's gonna come to you for, is details, man. I'm telling you. Details, 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 details. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Like my guy Beam say, shout out to Beam. There we go, just gonna go around the ear, hold the ear as you go around, line up the back and everything. Like I said, we keeping everything clean, keeping everything nice and simple. This is a close friend of mine. He said he didn't want enhancements, so, gotta respect that, man. I feel like if you're a barber and you can't do it without the enhancements, then, you just, with the enhancements, you're covering up your mistakes. And what you see me doing here is prepping the hairline. If your client has an afro, you want to kind of get those overhanging hairs that's in the front, because if you don't and you just give them a fresh lining, the haircut, it's not going to last. In 2 or 3 days, those overhanging hairs are going to be back like tremendously. This lining won't even be straight anymore, especially if you're not going to put enhancements. Like, enhancements really only even last 3 to 4 days, depending on the client, how, if they're working out or if they're getting in the shower 2 or 3, 4 times a day. You never know what these clients are doing, man. So, and shout out to those clients that do get in the shower 3 or 4 times a day. Nothing wrong with that, bro. Stay fresh. Now you see me just lining them up, brushing as I go, making sure everything is, crispy, nice and straight. I like to do my line and then start my C-cups. And start my C-cup like at the bottom, more towards the beard, and kind of work my way up so I can get that true arch. Not everybody has that arch, but if they do, you want to make that arch look nice. Now you see me with the proper etiquette of not having a cord on him or in his face. A major key for you barbers out there that's working with corded clippers. I have cordless, but specifically, he asked to get aligning with the TI liners. For some reason, he said he liked those better than the Babyliss ones I have. But you know, I mean, I can cut with any clipper. A Walmart clipper is the same clipper. I don't know. You know, it's the barber, not the clipper. Just saying. There you go. See me going with the razor against the grain. I mean, with the grain. I'm sorry, with the grain, just to get all that dirt and debris from off of the skin. I like to do that first before I go with the grain. I mean, against the grain. Oh my gosh. Ugh. You guys, I'm struggling over here. Now you see me just lining up his beard with the razor, giving him a fresh line down there. You want to make sure that you're stretching the skin. That way you're not cutting your client. A good way to practice this is getting a balloon and some shaving cream. And if you can shave that balloon, then you're not cutting your client. And if the balloon pops, that's a cut. It might not be a major cut, but you're cutting your client. So you just want to work on, you know, being soft and delicate. And right now you see me, you know, going against the grain with the razor just to give them a fresh lining. I love doing this because I feel like I can just give that perfect shape to the lining, especially if someone has like waves or, you know, overhanging haircut where they have a looser textured hair or, you know, whatever. And now you're just gonna see me doing, you know, typical grooming work. You can see that smile as I just groom his eyebrows. And we're gonna go and just shape up the fro. Make sure everything is nice and neat. You know, just it's all about the details. Like I said, preserving the haircut, making the haircut last as long as possible. We're gonna go and line up the mustache. And as I said earlier, my guy Jalen, he doesn't get any enhancements. So we're keeping this cut all natural. Let's get it. Another tip I like to do when I line up the mustache, I like to rest my finger on their chin. That way you aren't like, I don't know, shaking your hand or whatever. You know, you have a sturdy surface to actually apply to the mustache, if you know what I'm saying. Now here we go with the mousse and just giving them some curls. That Nappy Fro look, that's what we rocking in Milwaukee. That's the way we like it. That's just how we do it, man. Just working in details.
All right, guys, that's the cut. Subscribe for more, like, and comment. Let me know how you like it, guys.